Hi, flower babes. Savannah here with Eden Savvy Creations. Super excited to be back. It's been a long time. I know I took a bit of a break. I moved from one part of Texas to another, and that was a journey, y'all. 6 hours with 4 kids, a dog, and 2 cats. Yes. Anyways, I'm back at it again, and I'm working on a little mini set here, and I'm going to be working with my medium Glenda template. I know I made a small one. I never made a video of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a medium one today. So this is her. She's got a little bit of what is that? I guess like ridges, maybe. I don't know, but she's got a design right there. It's still kind of like a circle rose, but with a bit of design, and I really love her when she's put together. So let's get our things together. Our glue gun, I'm using a little one today. Your scissors, your pencil, and your template, of course. So let's get started, y'all. So when you gather everything and you've got it all cut out, I have cut 24 petals. So as you can see, I have 3 stacks right here, and I have 3 stacks of 8. Sorry, 3 stacks of 8 petals, and I mean, this is just how I get everything ready because it's easier for me. But I know that my center is gonna start with 4, and then, you know, go on to 4 more. So that's how I like to set everything out. But it's gonna be pretty much like my other roses, the same, where you're going to bow tie them or bone. It looks like a bow tie or a bone. Glue together all the way to the end, make it pretty close. Now you can curl these in. I've seen lots of people, and it makes it so much easier, you guys, if you do kind of curl these edges in, which I guess it's not really working because it's pretty circle. You can try to curl your edges in just to make this a lot easier when you're gonna curl these into each other. So I'm overlapping right now. I'm gonna just overlap them like this. This is a little trickier because you want to get it pretty tight, but you also need to make sure that the bottom doesn't start twisting with it. So if it does that, you know, it kind of messes it up. Or you can just close one side together and glue that, and then close this side over it and glue it to it also. Just make sure, like I said, just make sure of the bottom that it's flat. So you do gotta play around with it when you're first beginning to make sure that you get this flat, because I've messed it up a few times. But I'm going to go ahead and do it this way because it does make it a lot easier. Now if you want this opening a lot more open, because you can have it just open like that, then go ahead and just overlap them this way. Just make sure the bottom's flat. It all depends on the look that you want. It can go either way. You can do either or, but I want a pretty closed look today, so I'm just really squeezing this closed. I'm gonna glue it there. Make sure that this stays flat. Okay, drop that. Make sure that stays flat. And then again, I'm gonna start with this side. Thank you, baby. You just gotta play around with it sometimes. Make sure you're getting it. So I got it how I want it. I'm gonna put the glue. That took a little longer than expected, y'all. But it's okay. Whenever you start these, that's a lot of times getting that middle part is the hardest. So then set that aside. You do 2 more petals, like so. And then you're gonna take your top here and you're gonna glue that to the middle. Since these are so round, sometimes they're a bit stubborn to kind of curl around. But I want to leave just a little bit of an opening, so I think about there is good. Now I would start just glue on one side so you can get that one closed in. And then go ahead and do the other side. And of course I ran out of glue. Just press it down and make sure.
Mommy.
What, baby?
The bug.
He is.
Yeah.
So again, on the other side, you want to make sure that your measurements are good on the other side to not be too far out,
Mommy,
too far in.
You want to kill bug.
Okay.
You want to kill bug.
My cat just killed a bug and my son is like shocked. So again, just work with the one side first. And then before you glue this side, just make sure, check it out, make sure that it's so there's your first 4. Then you're gonna go on to your next 4. And I'm keeping all these close right up to the edge. I'm not going further back or anything. It's all right up to the edge. And now, since I folded this way, I want to turn it to fold these ones opposite. And since it's getting a little, since this is bigger now, it's not so hard to wrap these around. And now remember, you can bring these in as close as you want, as far as you want. You can do more layers. I just like the 24 petal look. I have a new template that I did multiple layers on, and I really like how that template looks. I haven't done it so much with this one, but I guess maybe I should try, see how it looks or how I feel about it. But yes, everybody, I mean, you guys, my templates are just to give y'all a template of a flower that, or a petal basically, that I liked, and you guys can make it your own magic. Add, take away. I love seeing different different types of my flower templates, how y'all put them together. I love seeing everybody's creativity come to life. So I'm sure with a lot of layers, this flower could be even prettier. It's this template is similar to my Nicole because it's round. It just has, you know, the edging is different on top. I gave it a little style. So pretty much it's gonna be just like making a rose, a Nicole rose. You're just going to offset each petal from here on out for this bud. See, it's starting to take shape. So now your next 4. I like to do just 2 at a time because I feel like you're able to have more control over the petals and their placements. So that's why I don't do 2 more right here. Because also they're too round, and I feel like sometimes if you try to go all in like that, you might get the placement off just a bit. It might be too high or too low, and I just like to keep it at 2. But these ones I am starting to space out just a little bit. That's like probably half or 3/4 of an inch. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at my measuring, but y'all can see it's not too far, but it's not up at the edge either. And again, you're gonna opposite the other 2. You're gonna lay it opposite of what you just folded in. And everything, you know, it's perfectly square right now. So it's being stubborn and not wanting to fold in, but I got it. So 2 more and that'll be good on the bud. And then we'll start the placement further out. Or we'll start different placement, I guess I should say. Again, I just took it out just a bit. Gotta be careful not to burn yourself. You guys, I almost lost my thumb meat the other night. I felt like I burned a hole through it. Touched the glue and it was bad. So please be careful. And if you do burn yourself really bad, ice cold water right away. I put some Neosporin on it and let it that's what I did, and it went away really fast. I thought it was gonna blister up bad, but I didn't, so. So there's the rosebud. And like I said, y'all can enclose this tighter, add more layers between here. We could probably make this closer, this one, all in your preference. Play with it, see how you like it. I just like to give y'all an overview of what the flower could look like with this template. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do step by step. This is just what I like and what I do. So now I'm gonna do one by one petal, and I'm going to start, instead of going like this still and folding it in, I'm gonna go between these right here. So on this corner, I'm gonna glue it right here on the corner, you can see, and kind of just go opposite of that, not like this anymore. So I'm gonna kind of go in that little crease. So everything's gonna go on these corners instead. And here it does get a little tricky that way, because you want to make sure that you're not all the way up or too far down. I don't press this down all the way, so that way I can make sure that my placement is good and I feel comfortable with it, and then I'll press it down, you know, make the glue really stick. You're gonna glue the sides just like you were everything else. And then just kind of angle it. It's gonna go like that. Now this is all one size, you guys. This whole flower that I'm making right now, it's just all one petal, one size. It is a newer petal that I created, and I've only made a small version of this. So I need to play with the petal sizes some more and see how big it can get, because I'm sure I can make it really big, because I do have one more petal size up from this, the large. And again, I'm going on, so I did opposite corners, and now I'm gonna start on the other two corners. You need to do, I always forget this, but you do need to do opposite, not just 1, 2, 3 like that. It will mess everything, like the whole placement of everything off. So try to remember to go opposite, just like you do when you're making the bud. Stick to doing, you know, one side and then the other side. Be careful. So I know you guys can hear my son in the background. I try to talk to him before this and say, hey, mommy's gonna make a video. Can you work with me and just watch TV for a little bit? But it was a no-go. So we're working through it, y'all. We're working through it. That's what we as moms do when we work at home. again, I have it pretty much all the way up to where I've creased it. Now the next layers, you're gonna want to start pushing back just a little bit. And it does get harder to hold, so you gotta just work with it. Ah! Almost lost it there. Now this one I didn't pull it out enough, so I did take it off so that way I could re-glue. So here's the last last 8 petals that we're gonna do. And again, you're gonna go in the corners. So it is a little bigger now, but you're still gonna go and find a corner to start at to go between these 2 petals. See, make it work, make sure it works. Pull it just a little bit up. That's good. Remember also not to take the glue up too far up on the sides. Oh, sorry. Because then you'll be able to like see it. It's not gonna stick on the paper, so. And as you're bringing it together on the flower, try to pull it back. As you're holding, pull it back just a little to stretch it to start opening it up. And then just press it down to really get it glued into place. And again, like I said, you're gonna wanna go opposite. So I've glued there. I glued on that side first, so I'm gonna wanna go between these 2 right here on this corner. So it does look a little weird and off right now, but it's slowly coming together, y'all. Don't be scared, promise. So again, find your corner and the 2 leaves, the 2 petals that you're trying to go between. Or really it would be like this one and this one. Check it out, look at it. This one you do want to take your time. It's just like with any rose. You want to take your time and go slow. Make sure that the placement is where you want it exactly, because if you try to rush through these, sometimes you get the placement wrong and it just throws off the whole look of the flower. So it's better to just take your time, work with it, and most importantly, practice, practice, practice. Because let me tell y'all, roses are like my fave flower. They're my favorite flower in real life. But to make them when I first started, oh my goodness. I was like, that's it. I don't like them. I can't do this. But practicing and making them a lot, I finally, I got down a routine, how many petals I like, the look that I like, a system. So My best advice to you girls, guys, everybody who's making flowers, practice makes perfect. So practice, 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 and don't give up. Everything's hard. It's always hard when you start something new, so don't give up. I promise you, you will get it. So now I'm going between these two petals. And I'm gonna kind of pull it back some more. I know I put too much glue up top, but you need to pull it back so that you can start really opening these up, because these are your last 8 here. Don't get that. It's gonna fall. Thank you, baby. He's trying to tell me I need caffeine, y'all. Thank you. We've pretty much been going since 5 this morning. So it's coming on nap time for little guy. So it's starting to open up more. Now, as you are going along, you kind of lose corners. So just look at the placement of these where you're gonna want that next petal, and that's pretty much where it goes. Put it in the sink. Hurry, put it in the sink.
It's the mess, dummy!
Like I said, it gets a little harder when you're trying to open them up more.
No,
Put it in the sink, baby. Leave it there.
it's gonna stop. But the Coke stop. Did it stop?
Ow. All right. So that's all 24 petals, but I'm not digging this. I don't feel like there's enough layers, so we can add another 8 or even just another 4, but I think another 8 is good. So we'll go ahead and cut some of those out and see how I like it then. All right, guys, so here's the finished look. I added another 8 petals, so that makes it 32 petals in total. And I think 32 is the number for this. So I like the fullness. I like how it rounded out. As you can see, it's rounder now. It's not so boxy or square. And yeah, I really love the edging, the look of it, how it gives it a different look. So there's Glenda, and this is just a medium. I just used the one petal. I used one template for all 32 petals. So yeah, I hope you like it. I hope it helps you guys with any questions you might have on this template. Please feel free to email me, message me on my Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. You can even email me. I'll leave all my information in the box below, and everything that I used. So hope you guys like it. Hope it helped y'all. And I will be making more videos, you guys. Get ready. Now that I'm settled, I will be on YouTube more. So happy creating, you guys. Glad to be back. Bye.